Alright, so we're going to be covering some Facebook cancer.
Yeah.
Or not Twitter cancer.
Social media cancer.
Yes, social media cancer.
Social media cancer.
Alright, I'm just stupid.
Get it right.
So, I saw this thing that the ACLU national account was posting about Milo Yiannopoulos and free speech and defending his right to free speech, which I was actually surprised by them doing this, but I'm really happy that they are actually supporting free speech in this case, especially because it doesn't align with the ACLU's values. So I was going around looking at all the replies to it and saw a lot of horrible SJWs, so I was just laying bait on like 20 different posts that SJWs were posting and seeing if anyone would reply, and sure enough, I got this person to reply. So this person, I think this person thinks that she's a wolf.
Oh, no.
I'm not quite sure what that's about, but all right. There's a loophole in free speech and violence, according to this person. Yeah, fuck that. But anyways, so I was like, violence ? The only people I see using violence are the people like you in a pathetic attempt to prevent him from speaking. And then she just posts Dylan Roof.
Dylan Roof.
Like,
the white supremacist. The Charleston shooting in 2015.
Yeah.
That's somehow comparable to Milo.
I didn't get it whatsoever. So then I was like, Dylan Roof is a white supremacist. Have you ever heard Milo speak? He's literally told people not to be white supremacists. Alright, so... Well, that settles it. He'd never lie. What? And then she posts this. Milo is not a Nazi, just a regular conservative who happens to read Hitler bios, make a Holocaust meme, and once wore a Iron Cross. So the Iron Cross is clearly trolling. So that's just stupid.
Or, I mean, he could have just been wearing it because it looked cool. I mean, it's Milo.
Yeah.
Like,
it does look cool, honestly, but fuck it. I wouldn't wear it. But it is Milo, and he likes to be offensive in a lot of ways, which...
Like, come on, look at this thing. This thing looks kind of cool.
Yeah, it does.
I wouldn't wear the one with the swastika.
But, like, there was actually pictures of all these things, but... So, here. My reply to that was, like... Oh, wait, what? Okay, wrong one. Error. Wait, what? Okay. No, okay, yeah, I did have a reply to it, but I replied on here because she wasn't replying to anything I was saying on the same post, and then she made a vague post about what we were talking about. So, I was like, weird how you can say someone's a Nazi / white supremacist with no citation. Are you a Jedi and able to read minds? What do you think of that?
I like what you're responding to. Weird how he's not X, citation, he said so, only seems to work with white cis reactionaries.
Yeah. And, you gotta realize that, more than 90% of the population is cis, and cis isn't even a fucking word. It is a, slang term, that a transgender person in the 80s invented. I don't really know why. I actually looked it up one time.
They're a professor or something. I've read about it.
Yeah. They
have like some degree in...
But it's not a word.
Yeah.
It's I would call it a slur. I'd call it... it's intentionally incendiary. But anyways. We'll go on to the next one. I can tell because I only punch Nazis, and I would punch him. So, and then I'm like, oh great arbiter of all things, please forgive me. I didn't realize you know everything.
So, if we're supposed to take her word for it, does that mean I can say, well, I only punch Nazis in the face, and I would punch you? Does that make this wolf person a Nazi?
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
She's a Nazi. Clearly. Dude, you're right.
I bet you weren't expecting that, SF the Wolf.
Oh, this person claims to be a video game developer.
This person?
Yes.
Oh,
It looked awful.
Jesus.
There was one model of a character that actually looked pretty badass though, but everything else looked awful. It had like similar designs to like an Overwatch character, and it actually looked pretty cool.
It likes to fist frogs.
Oh God. No wonder we hate this.
Yeah, wolf punches frog. It's obviously
it's an attack on us, dude.
But you can tell this is supposed to be sexual because of this little cum stain at the end. So
all right. we got some more social media cancer.
Oh yay.
Okay. So this is your friend again.
More of Carl.
All right.
Carl. So people have probably seen this around on Facebook. It reads, "Not a liberal snowflake. My feelings aren't fragile. Blah 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 blah." You know, the opposite of what people call liberals now because of all this nonsense. And then he ends it with a Game of Thrones meme.
Yeah.
So I politely reply, "The problem is, many liberals say those things, and from now on, at least after this, I've started saying liberal in quotations, because I know not all liberals are like this, obviously.
Yeah.
So, if you see the word liberals, assume I'm putting it in quotation marks. Problem is, many liberals say these things, but they do not practice what they preach. Take the events in Berkeley, for example. Silencing someone solely for what they had to say, assaulting people for no reason, setting things on fire and destroying property. This is what quote-unquote liberals have become because they're not happy they got their way."
Mm.
No, they're not happy that they didn't get their way.
Yeah.
In hindsight, I can't spell. Then there's this guy. And I'm going to preface this by saying, according to this guy, he works with lawyers.
Alright, so what? I work with lawyers.
In fact,
okay.
I'm pretty sure he says something like that in this. "The hypocrisy in this is rich, speaking in absolutes, as it only undermines any point you're trying to make. Silencing someone for what they have to say, check. Assaulting people for no reason, check."
What?
Which, I mean, you know, fair point. There are shitty conservatives out there.
Yeah.
But this is this is political. I don't think that there are many conservative demonstrations where they are destroying property, beating people into unconsciousness in the street.
Well, if you look at actually, I believe it's white supremacist fucking protests that they do and whatever, they actually have to be protected from people wanting to be violent towards them.
Yeah, I've seen that somewhere. The Nazis with the guards and
yeah,
or not.
Were
Nazis.
they Nazis or the white supremacists? I don't know.
White supremacists. Southerners.
But yeah, they have to be defended from other people. And, like, I'm not defending them for this. I'm just, saying that, you shouldn't be violent towards people no matter what. That makes your point irrelevant.
So he says those things happen on the other side of the aisle too. Nice try, which I mean is fair. But so the difference here is I'm giving a verifiable event of this occurring where you have not. It wasn't a matter of whether or not this behavior exists on the right. Your source is pending, by the way. But whether or not a resoundingly large number of quote-unquote liberals truly believe these things, hint they don't. This is a logical fallacy on your part. And that's because, here's where I start doing it in quotations. Liberals these days aren't actually liberals.
I'd agree. I consider myself center-left, though.
Yeah. You must have missed the coverage of Donald Trump's rallies. What?
Donald Trump's rallies had like one or two people punch a protester that got into the rally.
Yeah, they've never been.
They weren't like attacking multiple people and hurting businesses and all sorts of things.
And setting shit on fire.
Setting shit on fire. Yeah. Actually, I don't really remember. I pretty much don't remember any protests from the right wing, like actually setting things on fire and rioting. I can't.
I don't believe so. I can't say for certain, but I don't believe so.
It's just that I haven't heard it. That's what I'm saying.
people like to bring up when Obama won or something, and then they were hanging the effigies. They would say they were hanging effigies and setting them on fire. No, actually, if you go back and look that up, it was a priest from a church, one guy, who was pissed because he thought Obama was going to bring about the end of the world because he supported gay rights. One guy.
Yeah.
And I think they've said, at least in the inauguration weekend protests, I think they've said they've arrested almost 200 people in connection to that.
You know what? I don't even think the Westboro Baptist Church, the most hateful group I can really think of. I
don't think they've ever done something like this. And they hate everybody.
They do. I guess you could say the KKK is more hateful than them.
I don't think so.
You don't think so? You think the Westboro Baptist Church is the most hateful overall?
When you're protesting when you're protesting the funerals of children that are shot and killed in cold blood in a school.
Yeah. Because
you think it was divine punishment for gay marriage being legalized. I don't think there's anything more hateful or evil than that.
Yeah. They also showed up to the death or to the memorials of soldiers and protested right there.
Yeah, it's stupid.
That's just fucked up.
Like listen, the KKK is fucked up. No one's going to deny that. But I don't think they're that fucked up.
They were at one time, I think.
Maybe if it was a school full of black kids.
Yeah.
Then they might.
I think that they were at one time, though.
Oh, I'm sure they were at some point. Totally.
Yeah, but they were a lot more tame than they used to be. But fuck them still.
Yeah.
All right. So the next one.
So he throws a bunch of links at me, of the events we were talking about. Trump supporters, beating up a guy. Small groups of people beating up one or two people. And every single link that he shared with me, the people were arrested and held accountable for it right away.
Yeah.
Each of those stories ended with they were arrested, they were escorted out of the place, charges were filed against them and stuff like that. And some of them had gone through court already by the time that these stories got out. I could post all afternoon of these events, but I actually have work to do. Remember that.
Yeah.
He has work to do.
My job's important.
Comes back only almost 5 minutes, 3 minutes later. McConnell silencing Senator Warren for participating in the Senate discussion on Jeff Sessions. Now, we talked about this briefly, you and I.
Yeah.
And I'm sure most people have already heard about Senator Warren reading a letter from Coretta King, written in like the 80s, I think, about why that means Jeff Sessions wouldn't be a good attorney general now.
Yeah.
Almost like 30 years later.
Philip DeFranco did a very good video on this.
Yeah. We should maybe link that.
Yeah.
So if you want to hear about that, that'd be the place to go. But yeah, so she was breaking decorum. She was warned a few times, and then McConnell said, "All right, that's enough. Stop." See, before Sessions was a senator, this would have been okay.
Yeah.
But now that he's a senator, it's against the rules.
Yep.
Let's also remember that Elizabeth Warren is the chick that lied about being an Indian.
I know, I was gonna say that, but then I was like, is that true or not? I think it is. And then I was about to say that to you when when you were messaging me this.
That's why they call her fake Pocahontas and Pocahontas, because
she probably has
there was a
5% Indian.
there was a Ben Shapiro thing that I had watched.
Or Native American.
And he said something along the lines of Elizabeth Warren is the whitest person in America. She's whiter than I am, and I'm Jewish. She's whiter than this piece of paper.
Yeah. I'd say she's whiter than TJ Kirk.
Yeah.
But anyways, are we done with this page, or are we gonna...
We're good.
We're good? Alright. We got a big-ass post here.
He's not answered the subject of the question. I said that this is a logical fallacy. I'm going to start saying that because sometimes I get the terms for them mixed up.
Yeah.
Firstly, you compare pre- and post-election events, which is wrong for the simple fact that Trump supporters wrong, which were many admittedly wrong in their actions and denounced by Trump himself. He has said, don't do that. He has said, get them out of here. Get them out of here. Blah, 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 get them out of there. Get out of here. But I don't think, and I can't say for certain because I haven't watched everything of Trump's, but if he had actually said, beat that person's ass, set their stores on fire, all of this stuff,
he'd be in jail.
Yeah, he wouldn't be president right now.
That
he wouldn't be president.
That's like,
right
isn't
now.
that a felony inciting a riot?
Yeah. Yeah.
Which is kind of funny because I've seen a lot of people say things that should be considered inciting a riot and get away with it.
Yeah, like Sarah Silverman.
Yeah.
Suggesting that there should be a coup. That's actually illegal, by the way.
That's treason. I believe you still, under treason laws, you're still covered even if you're a civilian. When it's that. I'm pretty sure.
Well, we'll look up the law. Maybe we can throw up an annotation so you guys can go look at it. But basically, advocating for overthrowing of the government is a federal crime that gets you like $250,000 fine and like 20 years in prison or something like that.
Damn, they're not fucking around.
It doesn't even say like you have to be like. It just says advocating for.
Yeah, that's.
But I said that these Trump supporters didn't number nearly as high as these recent protests in quotation marks. McConnell's behavior was irrelevant to the conversation because this had nothing to do with what we were talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Do I agree with silencing Warren? No, not necessarily. But
I think they shouldn't have done it. I think that they have enough power in Congress where it doesn't even matter. They should have just left it alone.
People would have been quick to say, hey, shouldn't do that.
Yeah.
And even after she had been silenced, a couple other people read it, I think, or picked up where she left off or something like that.
Yeah, but he omitted a bunch of things that would have made him kicked out until the end, where he ended his speech. That's where he had things that were also under was it Rule 15?
Something like that.
Yeah, it also covered that.
But again, it was besides the point.
Yeah.
Response to your sources. Every link provided, and it says every link provided gives an indication that the people who assaulted the protests, who assaulted the protesters, were charged with a crime. Every single one in the links that he provided. On the opposite side, almost no one responsible for the events in Berkeley, have been arrested. Almost no one. I know that there have been a few people arrested. I had seen anywhere from 1 to 3. But compared to all the people that were there,
50 or
there were tons of people.
I think there was hundreds, actually.
I'm sure it's in the hundreds.
Never mind. That 50
Can't say for certain, but a sweet little ad hominem for implying I don't have work to do. This is why liberals don't win.
I wouldn't really call it a ad hominem because he didn't directly say it. It's close to.
That's why I said implying.
Yeah.
But I guess I digress.
Yeah. All right.
Oh, he's back.
I guess you don't have important work to do.
Remember, exactly. Apparently, he doesn't have work to do.
Didn't you say that he works for a fucking bank or something?
According to his Facebook, he was like he worked for like some law place. He was like
law place.
He was like a finance person at a law firm because that makes you smart.
No. Did he even have a CPA?
I don't know. I don't think so. But I can't say for certain. But still, I mean.
But if he didn't have a CPA,
arguments from authority are retarded.
Yeah.
Nice try. Trump encouraged the behavior. It's on tape. It's undeniable. It's not. Get them, like I said, get them out of here is not beat the shit out of them.
Yeah.
Using an anecdotal interest to prove your point. I am.
So you're not allowed to have a bouncer at a bar? Get them out of here.
Is Berkeley really anecdotal though?
No. There's video. There's a lot of fucking coverage.
It is on the news.
Yeah.
On the news. Milo Yiannopoulos got invited to the White House. Like, it wasn't... it's not an anecdote. It's as anecdotal as any polling statistic, as anything any politician would ever say on the campaign trail then. Berkeley's not an anecdote.
Yeah.
How many times a may or may not take out the trash is an anecdote.
Unless there's video coverage of it.
Shut up.
Hey, it's not an anecdote if you have evidence.
I did the same to refute it.
Right.
I mean, not really, because I don't remember. I didn't hear a lot about the Trump people beating people up.
Yeah.
If you want to play Paul,
there was like one or two of them, and I believe one of them was a hoax. Yeah. So, and then the burning the church was also a hoax.
Yep. Oh, we weren't done on that page.
Oh, we weren't?
Nope.
Thought we were.
McConnell's behavior isn't irrelevant to Berkeley because he's a top 5 ranking Republican.
Interesting.
You could have just said he's like... isn't he like the Republican? Like, he's basically the boss, isn't he?
Yeah.
And then Paul Ryan's his bitch.
Yeah.
Like...
Although I wish it was reversed roles. I don't really like Mitch McConnell.
No, nobody likes Mitch McConnell.
He's a turtle, dude.
He looks like a turtle. He might not turtle enough for the turtle club.
I don't know. We shouldn't talk shit though. We're frogs.
That's
but
fair.
anyways,
talking about who and who wasn't charged with the crime isn't relevant. That's something you can take up with the justice system. I mean, sure, but they're still not comparable events.
Yeah.
It's been, what, almost 2 weeks since Berkeley? And only, like, 4 people have been arrested?
Mm-hmm.
Out of maybe 100 or so?
Yeah.
Like, what? And a handful of people that voted for Trump have been arrested and charged and all of that stuff already.
Yeah. And these were all incidents where it was like 1 or 2 people in each Trump protest, or not, well, each Trump rally that decided to punch someone that came to protest.
Yeah.
So.
And I even think in a lot of the cases that they say that they were attacking in self-defense, like in response to something towards them. Like they were instigated. Like one of the stories was a guy that showed up with, I'm trying to remember, some sort of flag with Trump's head on it.
Yeah.
And then he was with a lady wearing a KKK hood for shits and giggles.
Oh, okay. That's weird.
Yeah. And so people beat their asses. Like
But did they do anything violent before it to cause that to happen? I don't think they did.
If you're going to go into the South, intentionally offensive, they're going to fuck you up. That's just the South.
Okay. Yeah.
I mean, it is. Do you think Southerners are particularly proud of the KKK and all the shit that happened down there?
Some of them are. Most of them aren't.
That's what I said, particularly. So I just responded, all that work you've got to do must be keeping you from making a good argument. So far, all we've gotten is irrelevance and name-calling. Keep on cucking.
Yeah. Wait 1 second. I'm using the wrong fucking one, man.
Why?
It's easier for them to read.
Right. You fucked up. That's what you did.
It doesn't matter. It wasn't that small. You can still read it. It's just.
Alright, so we're on to the next one. Here's another person calling me a pseudo-intellectual, even though I've never claimed to be intellectual in the first place. Yeah,
how can you be a pseudo-intellectual when you never claimed to be an intellectual? I keep seeing people make this argument about others. And it's ridiculous because only way you can be a pseudo-intellectual is if you claim to be an intellectual.
No.
So if Thunderfoot was not actually an intellectual, which he is, then you know,
but your pseudo-intellectual understanding of rhetoric and analysis of argument is just piss poor. Plus, you don't pay my bills. Lawyers do, because You are a finance person at a law firm. If the lawyers worked for you, maybe I'd be impressed.
Yeah.
But you work for the lawyers. And I've said you've still yet to present an actual argument. 150, because they had estimated as many as 150 rioters at Berkeley.
Yeah.
150 rioters is way more than a handful of retarded Trump supporters. Trump repeatedly denouncing violence on part of his supporters on video. It is a lot more than, Trump encouraged the behavior.
Yeah.
Rioters. Over McConnell being retarded. You're not sticking to the topic of discussion. You're completely missing the point with incredibly poorly pieced together sources. As noticed, everyone in your sources has been held accountable for their actions. The same is not true in the example of the Berkeley riot. Who pays your bills is irrelevant to the conversation as well. Yet another fallacy in your argument. I'd probably just get back to work since you've got so much to do.
So why is he trying to use the fact that he works at a law firm as like an argument for anything?
I don't know. Like I said, arguments of authority are like retarded.
Yeah.
Even if he was a lawyer, like, what does that have to do with politics?
Yeah.
What does that have to do with whether or not quote unquote liberals are fucking stupid?
It has nothing to do with that. So
it reminds me of another Ben Shapiro quote.
That was the last clip of this, but yeah, or picture this.
It reminds me of another Ben Shapiro quote, where his kid was asking him, if you don't have a degree, in sociology or gender studies and all this stuff, how can you like make statements, like professional statements based off of them? And he said, because I've read the studies and I can form an opinion based on the studies. I don't need a 7-year sociology degree to understand bullshit when I see it.
That's true. And it's also a waste of time and money.
Yeah, don't get those degrees. No one's going to hire you.
Yeah,
except McDonald's.
Yeah, McDonald's will.
Maybe McDonald's.
They might see that and be like, I don't know, they're too underqualified.
They're less intelligent than than the dumbest person we've hired.
Yeah. Alright, so I found this video I was looking on Twitter and I saw Keemstar, and I wanted to see if he was still stirring drama with this Tommy kid that he used to do Baited with. So I was looking at that and I saw he was doing a live stream. So I clicked on it, and they were all talking about, and also they were still talking shit about Tommy, but they were all talking about how Andy Milonakis was having a beef with this guy, Minnesota Boy, and it was it was because this guy was trying to say that he wants to do a fight, but he didn't want to make it into a threat, so he was like, this is not a threat. If you agree to fight, then I will fight you. I'm gonna holla at you. It's just stupid. But
to Andy Milonakis?
No, he was saying that too about idubbbz, and then Andy Milonakis is like, that you're a bitch. But once they got him onto Keemstar eventually got him to come on to their Discord server and talk to him on the stream. And this guy is racist as fuck. And there's actually footage of this guy, of people, everyone in the chat saying, kick him, over and over again, repeatedly, just kick him, kick him, kick him, kick him. It was so fast. It was like just, you know how when some podcasts will raid someone's stream and how fast the chat goes?
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah, that's the kind of shit.
Wow. Uh-oh.
That was a video clip of a white YouTuber named idubbbz. He went to a female's meet and greet.
What? Why do you have to say white YouTuber named it's pretty obvious. You don't really need to say it.
Yeah, like, he doesn't sound like any black guy I've ever met.
Yeah.
It's patently it's obvious.
Yeah.
It's obvious he's white.
named Tana Mojo.
Oh, and I just gotta note something about like video quality wise. This guy put no effort into making this video. He just played a video in the background through his speaker to his phone, and this is obviously his phone the way the recording is here.
Also, I just like that. Can anyone pronounce her name?
No.
Because he said, you know, idubbbz had the joke in there, you know, Tana Mongoose,
Yeah.
you know, all that stuff. He just called her Tana Mojo.
Yeah. I've heard a lot of people call her Tana Mojo. I think it's Tana Mongoose. All right.
Now, I guarantee
Actually,
if I,
he didn't tell her to.
He just said, say, nigger.
Yeah.
Which isn't really telling someone to.
You know, it's like, say cheese. You're not telling
Yeah.
them, say cheese.
It was just like a silly, stupid joke. idubbbz even admitted it was stupid. It was like of the caliber of a 13-year-old, and he actually said that if she criticized him for that, he would have admitted to it. He would have been like, yeah, it was pretty stupid.
Because it was. That's why it's so funny.
But it was slightly clever, because, you know, like the say cheese, say...
Yeah.
But, yeah, it was interesting. The reason that he did this was not to say the word nigger. It was to make fun of the fact that she was flipping out about him quoting fans and quoting so from the H3H3 podcast, idubbbz said that the reason that he said this was because of a Kickstarter crap. Someone on Kickstarter crap was calling him a nigger faggot, and so, like an email. I think it was an email. It might have been a comment, you know, something like that. And he read it in a video of his, and then all of his fans started calling him it. So it's pretty funny.
That's a pretty great story.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty good too.
I went to a meet and greet and I said cracker, if I said something that was offensive to Jews or Mexicans or white people, everybody would be in uproar. There'd be dislikes on my videos. I'd be getting flagged. Everybody would be making videos about me, trying to get me removed off YouTube. But you want to know that?
No, they wouldn't.
I mean,
this is more likely to happen to someone that's white that said something like this.
Yeah. Also, I'd like to point out that why do people get so offended when someone talks shit about Jews? Like, it's kind of obvious. Like, I know slavery was a big thing, right?
Yeah.
But World War II is still fresh in some people's minds. Slavery's not.
Yeah.
You know,
I have a Jewish joke on my Twitter.
Yeah, if you want, here's a left-leaning Jew hater.
No, it's a joke.
It's just a joke, bruh.
It is though.
Don't tase me,
like,
bruh.
It's a group hug.
Oh no.
Literally.
All right. So what's the Minnesota boy?
Dude, I have a dark sense of humor, dude.
He's making Minnesota look like shit, kid.
Yeah, man, he is.
Fuck you.
I went to his channel. Nothing has happened.
Because it's a character.
In fact, the people who are talking about it are white folks. White people are discussing whether or not if the N-word is racist.
I bet you
This motherfucker
you can't tell if anyone's white looking at like the top 10 comments on his channel.
So let me tell you what I'm.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm going
What?
to VidCon this year.
He's saying that everybody's saying the only people saying anything or whatever, or the comments are a bunch of white people.
Yeah. By the way, if you start talking, hit the pause.
Okay. But he's saying, you know, all the people in the comments are white people. How can you tell?
Mm-hmm.
I've seen the comments on idubbbz's channel. There's not a lot of pictures of real people.
Yeah.
It's a lot of cartoons. Ironically, because, you know, they make fun of cartoons.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
So, I mean, why does that matter?
Yeah, I don't get it.
Last year. And idubbbz, this is a message to you.
Just gotta mention the amount of butthurt that you can hear coming across this voice.
Oh yeah, it's terrible.
If I see you, I'm gonna come holler at you. And no, we ain't gonna be having no one-on-one discussion. No, it's not gonna be no interview. And no, it's not gonna be a debate. If I see you, I'm gonna come holler at you. Now, this is a challenge because I know how the internet is with threats. It's no threat, it's a challenge. I'm gonna challenge you to a fight. I'm making this known now so that way you don't get confused later on. If you see this video, which I'm sure you will, this is a challenge. You can accept or not. It doesn't matter. I will fight you.
He wants
Look at this guy.
Yeah.
He's like, fight me. Fight me, but I'm not gonna fight me, but it's not a threat. I'm just issuing a challenge.
So, I kind of agree with Andy Milonakis. He's being kind of a pussy. You should just say, I'm going to fight you.
I mean, it's what he's saying regardless.
Yeah. But, like you
even
shouldn't say that it's not a threat. You should just do it.
But what? Yeah, right. But, like, whether or not... do you think that he's just going to hang around if you just decide you're going to try to fight him? Like... it's still a threat.
Yeah.
Is what I'm getting at. Like, this guy's dumb.
He's gonna get himself kicked out of VidCon though. And then he's probably gonna claim racism.
Oh my goodness.
Although it is run by Hank Green. So you never know what's gonna happen. He's kind of a
he's weird.
He's a I hate the word, but he's a cuck.
Definitely. Isn't his brother the famous one?
Yes.
Because he wrote that book.
Yeah, he wrote that book. Whatever the fuck the book was, but yeah, he wrote a book and it got him really famous.
It was.
And in my opinion, it sounded stupid. So.
Fair enough. Alright. Let's finish this.
Alright.
And nobody's saying nothing. It shouldn't be a big deal. Saying the nigger word, well, you're getting away with it, and I think this time somebody got to check you on it. So I'll be that guy.
See, this is a threat.
This video,
yeah.
I'm gonna be the guy to check you on it. Not I'm gonna be the guy to check you on it. If you want me to. He's saying that he's going to do it. You're threatening him.
Yep.
In any court. If this was a court case. I couldn't get those words out. If this was a court case,
yeah,
this guy would be so screwed.
True. Alright, so I'm gonna play a little bit of, I did take a little bit of that Keemstar live stream.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna take that and play a little bit of that. I just gotta find the file. Because I screen capped it. Alright, so we got right here. So I think the first one was bad though. I didn't do it right. Alright, so I think it's this one.
Jinx says, fine, set it up. Now, I think idubbbz played it good by, I think I'm going to call him on his bullshit. And he called him on his bullshit and he didn't want to fight. You know the rest of the story. The reason why I want to fight him is because of the same exact thing he did. So I'm only going off
KYS Minnesota boy.
But this is before the chat started going crazy.
KYS.
So is that your same reasoning then?
What? Race war.
Well, I mean, idubbbz reasoning, wanting to fight Jinx, was for the meme, for a joke, bit of fun. Is that
basically it's okay. So my humor and my
Minnesota boy, you weren't enslaved. KYS.
More aggressive or stern to some white folks.
This butt plug looking motherfucker needs to be shot.
Seriously, but
alright, this wasn't the juicy one. I think this one was juicy.
Fucking goes is vile and says vulgar shit like me. Not to no extreme, no. So yeah,
you think with that content you could grow past 100,000 with that sort of mentality?
You know what's funny? I made a video called Dear White People, right? And rather than some people who didn't do their fucking research on the video, they just assumed that it was racist.
Obama.
Okay, let's get those here. See, now it starts happening. Everyone starts spamming kick him. It gets worse in the next one.
Is there a possibility though? You're you're both
Wait,
perfectly fine
it's
guys.
slow
You're
again.
both talking shit. I seen Tommy take shots at you early on too. He can't.
Never mind. It's further on in this one.
And now you're saying you want to
Dick him.
someone else's logic. What the fuck do you feel
Kick,
inside?
kick,
You wanna create
dick
this
'em,
big thing where,
dick
like, oh,
'em.
shit, this
Is
guy
a
runs
KFC
Milonakis,
manager.
he's writing
Minnesota
let's
boy is a
talk about him.
KFC
Let's follow
manager.
him and see
Yeah, but yeah, everyone there wanted him gone, which I totally agree. I didn't think to start recording when he was being extremely racist though. He came in there being extremely racist.
Sucks, man. You should have been on the ball.
Yeah, I should have. But there were parts in this that he was. I might cut those out later on. I just didn't get to that yet.
That's good.
All
That's
right.
nice.
So we got
Well, I'm a little
this
late on
guy.
as usual, but
So
let's talk
yeah,
a little
that's
bit
good.
about Nazi punching.
Oh, yay. Nazi punching.
punching.
Q1J.
Follow me.
So if you
Fuck you.
didn't know, this guy Richard Spencer, who is a white nationalist, essentially a neo-Nazi.
Nope,
he
not the
got
same thing.
Yeah,
not the same
not
thing.
the same thing.
Not the same thing at all. Thanks. Try again.
Punched on camera recently, apparently on multiple occasions. Now, apparently it's controversial to call him a Nazi, even though he consistently uses Nazi propaganda.
Not really.
He's a white nationalist. The difference is I don't think he's ever called for the genocide of a group of people.
Yeah.
Nor has he ever. He just thinks that America should be all white. It should just be all white people.
I think he's a dumbass.
I mean,
but-
yeah, it's fucking stupid, but that's what he believes.
Yeah.
He doesn't believe we should kill like all these people. You know, like
Yeah.
And in this interview where he gets punched, you know, there's even a black lady holding a phone to his face. Do you like black people? Do you like black people?
And he said, sure.
He goes, sure. Like, and he says, you know, the guy's like, oh, you know, why do people call you a neo-Nazi and blah, 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 blah. And he goes, those people don't like me. You know, neo-Nazis don't like me. And I can feel people getting ready to go, well, why should we take his word for it? Well, that's because that's what these people are doing.
Yeah. And something I've noticed is very, very common is that these people act like they can read your mind.
Yeah.
Like they know exactly what you think, and like oftentimes they're totally wrong. Like, yeah, he has reprehensible beliefs, but it's not as bad as what you claim.
Yeah. He's stupid, but
Yeah.
he's not that stupid.
Exactly.
Quotes from Nazi literature has suggested that Jews aren't people and has called for what he calls a peaceful ethnic cleansing, and basically in most ways resembles a Nazi. But as I think about it, it's also controversial with these people to say
Resembles a Nazi. I don't know.
Anybody resembles a Nazi. If you're German, hey, guess what? You're a Nazi.
I got a lot of German in me.
racism
Nazi.
is a thing. So I'm just gonna
I guess so.
So in this video, Richard Spencer will be referred to as a Nazi. So many
Why? Where is your evidence? You guys even call Milo Yiannopoulos a Nazi. And
Yep.
he's Jewish.
Yeah, and he's Jewish.
He's not a practicing Jew, but he's Jewish. His family's Jewish.
Yeah, he's a Catholic, I think.
Yes, he's a Catholic.
people are happy about, or at least amused by the fact that Richard Spencer got punched.
'Cause it's funny.
Well,
I mean-
he's a Nazi.
Yeah, it
And
was-
so
it was
people
funny.
are saying, well, yeah, that guy's.
But still, you shouldn't be punching Nazis, and the guy should get punished for punching him.
Mm-hmm.
But you're never gonna find out who it was because he had his fucking face covered up.
Sucks, but using violence.
If I ever
Actually-
participated in one of those things, I would intentionally be there just to tell people who was who.
Actually, I think that somebody got a picture of the guy's face.
Oh,
when he was
really?
running away, yeah. I'll look for it. If I can find it, I'll send it to you. Maybe you
Yeah.
can stick it in here, but yeah.
I would
'Cause he-
pretend to be part of it just to tell
'cause
tell
when he
people who
turns-
was who.
There's somebody, when he turns, he pulls down his face mask, maybe to get a better look, you know?
Yeah.
And you can see his face.
Okay. I wonder if he actually gets charged though.
No, I'll go find out. Alright.
Space?
is wrong. You're undermining your cause. You're basically making him a martyr. It's much better to battle him using ideas and arguments. So I would describe myself as a pacifist. I don't think I've ever been in a situation where I determined that using violence was the optimal
Then why are you defending violence to make someone shut up?
solution to the
Like, the only reason that he'd be punched is to make him shut up. You know?
problem at hand, unless we're talking about actual self-defense against someone using violence towards me. And keep in mind, self-defense is different than vengeance. Self-defense aims to prevent harm to yourself, while vengeance is a retaliatory attack after that harm
This is what I'm talking about.
Oh.
has already
They found out who the guy was.
Oh, God.
And they doxed him.
He's a sub.
Yeah, he's a weird guy.
He's one of those fucking bitch boys. He's a cuck.
It says he is literally a shit-eating cuckold.
Yeah.
We'll throw that in there for you guys to giggle at.
been done. And I think it's almost
Yeah, I'll put that in there. Alright,
always irrational, even if it is sometimes understandable.
I'm bored of you, dude.
Yeah, you're not. What's his name?
He's the one janitor.
Now I know why he's a janitor.
So, I kind of wonder if this is real. Should I play it? It's a white guy, supporting ISIS.
Let's analyze this as we go. Let's see. Let's watch this.
America and Western imperialism are to blame, not ISIS. We just want to stay
The
alone.
music kind of makes me think.
Maybe.
It makes me think it had like production
be
to
weird.
be like a joke.
Not to be weird. To be true, the music ISIS actually uses in their videos is kind of weird.
Yeah.
I'll try to find a clip of one of those and send it to you too, so you
We
can
can't
show
play.
people.
We can't play ISIS on YouTube.
Right. Well, I'll send you like a music clip.
Okay.
not net. I'll just send you
Because
the audio.
people get their accounts strikes and shit.
So
for
we're not going to play
Yeah.
ISIS. We're not going to. That's ironic. You get a strike for
Yeah.
sharing ISIS stuff.
Yeah.
Than America. We do not want to hurt anybody else. We don't have to hurt them. Why is America killing us? They're killing innocent civilians. America is causing the death.
Now.
I feel like this guy's trolling.
Yeah, I think he
Like
is.
look at how nobody's taking this seriously, except
Yeah.
maybe this guy with the mustache in the back.
He's laughing. Look at that. He's got a smile.
I bet you this guy with his back turned is giggling his pants off too.
Yeah.
This Ben Shapiro looking bit on the left.
Yeah. But what he did say about killing innocent civilians, Obama's percentage of innocent civilians killed in the bombings is 90%.
Jesus.
And they bitch about 20 civilians dying in Trump's what was it, Yemen raid?
Well, I read like 14 people.
Oh. That's interesting.
That or it was like a 14-year-old girl that had died.
And Obama bombed 90 people that were, or 90% of the people that he bombed were innocent.
Wow, that's terrible.
Talk about perfect propaganda for ISIS.
Yeah, no shit.
Fuck you, Obama.
America is to blame for the deaths in Syria, not ISIS, not Islamic State.
That's fair.
I just think it's so hypocritical how people defend Obama like this when he's more violent than Bush was. And he does it in a way where they can't even defend themselves. They don't have any opportunity to defend themselves.
Fucking drone strikes.
Even the terrorists that have weapons, they don't have a way to defend themselves against this.
Oh man. Obama.
They have such a good range, and they're like so far in the sky that their rocket launchers can't reach them.
That sucks.
Yeah, and they use infrared so they can see right through the clouds.
Done.
United States is intense, dude.
Don't fuck with the U.S., especially now. Trump wants to make them stronger.
Yeah.
Like, Jesus.
and they're spending like fucking like what was it, like 100 million per missile that they launch down,
something like that. Did you hear about the missile that we launched after Iran was testing that ballistics missile?
No.
They tested a missile. I'll go find this story too.
Yeah.
They launched it from some place in California. This is a missile that is capable of hitting a place like Iran from here.
Yeah.
It's like a cross-continental like missile.
Yeah.
Capable of carrying 25 nuclear warheads.
Holy shit.
And with like 200 times the force of the bombs we dropped on Japan in World War II. Fucking intense.
Yeah. But I just think it's fucking intense that we can just fly fucking drones over a place, not risk anyone's lives, and just totally dominate a fucking nation.
Like this thing that I had this in the same story, I think it had said that it is probably the strongest ballistics missile like in the world right now.
You're talking about the United States?
That the US fired.
Yeah.
And we fired one just to give Iran the finger.
Holy shit. But like what about the what was it, like Satan 2 from Russia?
Apparently it's stronger than that. Hold on, I'm gonna go find this story quick. Let's just
Okay.